With another Dragon Ball Super movie currently in development right now, many fans are wondering about what this could possibly be, and after watching Dragon Ball Super Broly, one may also beg the question on how this could possibly get any better than what we've seen go down between Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and Gogeta going up against Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly, as on the previous few videos, we covered the basis of various different concepts and ideas having to be introduced in this upcoming movie, but right now, we are going to be doing something we haven't done on the channel in quite some time, and that's dive into my community tab section over on my channel to see what you guys had to say as to what you think would be best for this upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie. As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload. And if you guys love and enjoy Dragon Ball and cannot wait to see more, then be sure to go on ahead and slap a big fat like down below by giving this video a big thumbs up. So without wasting any more time, let's go on ahead and begin. Now this is going to be really fun because we haven't done something like this on the channel in quite some time, as I do encourage you guys to check my community tab daily for posts like this, as I went along to post community poll if there was one movie concept and idea that you would love to see in the next Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super Movie 2, what would it be and why? We haven't done a community response in a very long time, so if you have any ideas on the best possible scenario for a movie, what would it be and why? Going to be responding very soon. Go. So with that being said, let's go on ahead and see what you guys had to say. So we have the first comment here from Dante, as he went along to post, I want to see an origin movie on Beerus and how he became a god of destruction. 159 thumbs up. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to see the process of what it takes to become a god of destruction, but then again, it's like, is it really pragmatic towards, you know, Goku's story, Vegeta's story, you know? So I might want to sit on that one. The next comment goes on to read, the next movie should be about Cooler. Frieza right now has zero chance of beating Goku and Vegeta together since they confuse. The only way I see Frieza beating them is by picking them up one by one, which is very unlikely since Goku will be able to sense Frieza fighting Vegeta and use instant transmission, or Vegeta will sense Goku fighting and check it out. I agree. The only way I see him having a chance now that he is alive is getting a new form, which I believe would be boring since he already has a new one not long ago. I agree. Or having a partner, which was what he's been looking for as shown in Dragon Ball Super Broly. This will tie in nicely with what we know Frieza is planning for, which is his revenge, so we can get a backstory to the best villain in Dragon Ball Z history, subjective, which would be really nice as well. I agree. I think that Frieza, and I responded by letting you know I did a video on this, I think Frieza and Cooler working together would be extremely phenomenal, but they're going to have to write Cooler in a way to where somebody's got to go, right? If they introduce Cooler, then would it be pragmatic to get rid of him quickly, you know what I'm saying? Or if they write in Cooler, does that mean they have to get rid of Frieza? You know, you can't just have them both be in the film, because what's the point of the movie if the villain doesn't die, you know? So I like the concept of Cooler being with Frieza. I think having him as a partner would be great, but I'm not too sure as to how they're gonna write in Cooler if that were to be the case. I did a video on that, so be sure to go on ahead and check it out. My boy contagiousviper actually commented on this, and this is someone that I do encourage you guys to subscribe to. contagiousviper's a cool dude. He makes some really cool videos. So he wrote, you should know better than anyone that I am now just getting into Dragon Ball. Honestly, I got him into Dragon Ball, so huge props on that. I would go with the idea you told me in person, and that's the universal warfare idea, with the strongest fighters teaming up to fight a mega villain. I wouldn't say bring anyone old back or redo an old character, keep it new, so yeah, a multiversal war. And I like this comment just because I did a multiversal war concept video that I pitched to him in person, and although he's such a noob in Dragon Ball because he's just getting into it, he loved the idea, so I would have to agree in the fact that I think a multiversal war would be best, but that's just me. So, cannoncooler, yes, I agree. I think Cooler would be nice. Maybe Vegeta actually being the hero for once, that would be a shocker. Then again, my friend, we don't know how the Galactic Patrol prisoner arc is going to end, so for all we know, Vegeta could be the victor of that story, right? Who's to say? I want to see a movie about the first Super Saiyan God, explaining more about how he became and how his life was. I agree, seeing where the original Super Saiyan God came from would be nice, but then again, they're going to have to introduce a concept and an idea of an enemy that's equal to a Super Saiyan God per se, and then having him fight as that goes along, you know? Cannoncooler versus Frieza. I posted a link to my video. I definitely covered that one. Guys, check out my cooler video. It's on my channel. It will be located down below for you guys to check out. I would love to see the origin of Universe 6 and the planet Sadala with their king. Yes, a planet Sadala movie would be interesting because for that to happen, you would have to have Goku and Vegeta go there. And to see Vegeta interact with the king would be great. But then again, it's like, what's the premise of the movie? Why would they go there? And would they be able to protect Planet Sadala from a universal enemy that exists within Universe 6, you know? Having Goku and Vegeta aid KO Caulifla Cabba, the king, that would be pretty cool. But then again, they're going to have to introduce an enemy in that universe that's up to par with what Goku and Vegeta are now. I think opening up a movie with Janemba and not ending it with his defeats, that's interesting. But him calling forth and awakening the demon realm and having an invasion on Earth would be sweet. Also for the movie to focus on a time jump with heavy focus on Goten, Trunks, Tien, and some of the lesser known fighters. Maybe do it in the same style as Infinity War, separating the fighters in pairs of 3. That's a good idea, I just don't like Tien. So this is my scenario, right? Let's say, for example, they introduce a concept like Janemba, right? I guess the way you're putting this, Janemba's like Thanos. So Janemba fights Goku and Vegeta, he's kicking their butts, and then elsewhere, I guess, you know, Janemba opens up the demon realm, and then we have Goten, we have Trunks, and I would say in this case, let's say they throw in maybe Piccolo, right? You have Piccolo with them, or 17, Goten, Trunks, and 17, they fight, and then elsewhere we have Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo, right? So they're fighting, and then, you know, you can even have some of the invaders go to Planet Vampa, and then see Chile, Lemo, and Broly having to hold their own on Planet Vampa. That would be pretty cool, but it really all depends. I mean, Janemba's gonna have to die, right? You can't end the movie off with Janemba winning, unless they plan on doing another movie, like, right after, right? That's just me. Another one, Janemba reboots. The dimension Gogeta and Broly were fighting in is still open, and it spits out an avatar in the shape of a sight small chubby child like alien, Janemba. Okay, I think you meant Janemba, but okay. Goten and Trunks are exploring to find the Dragon Balls for the adults. When they find it, befriended and want to keep it as a pet. Okay, this sounds a lot like that movie Digimon, the first movie with Diaboromon, when they first came across him as like a little digi-egg and whatnot. He was all cute and cuddly until he created himself, you know, into a super virus, and he just took over the entire internet. So that's what I'm getting at with this. Let me just scroll down here. That's a lot. My friend Chris S., you put a lot of thought into this. Damn. Look at this. It's an entire script. Let me just see here. In the moment of hesitation, Janemba hits Gogeta hard, slamming him into the ground and undoing their fusion. Whoa. Gotenks tries to step in and calm Janemba, but is knocked away as well. Janemba is about to finish the downed Goku and Vegeta when a green and blue energy blast hits him from behind. Gohan and Broly are on the scene. They emerge from the time chamber and were training together. Holy crap, you're talking about two characters that have like vastly infinite potential in the time chamber together? What? That would be crazy. Dende alerted them, so what's going on when they get out? He looks over at the downed crying brother and goes wild on Janemba by himself. Broly charges up a huge blast and Gohan kicks Janemba into it. Gohan and Broly tag team Janemba until Gotenks jumps back in, begging his brother to stop. Goku and Vegeta get back up. Let me see, it's sensu beans. Okay, so damn, this is, from what it looks like, Goten and Trunks are basically befriending this creature and they feel like it's harmless, but then again, it's like, it's very subjective because they thought the same about Broly. Goku then chimes in, teleporting in front of Vegeta, who is charging up for the final flash. They've proven themselves enough, Vegeta. They deserve to have this. Let them. I trust they know what they're doing. Vegeta backs off, calming down. Gotenks then picks up Janemba, which is, I think, the little creature, and starts laughing happily as a small smirk can be seen on Vegeta's face. I disagree because we need real villains. We need real bloodlustful carnivorous villains. We don't need our heroes to be befriending Janemba. We don't need our heroes to be walking away as if nothing ever happened. In my opinion, if you were to add Gohan, Broly, Vegeta, Goku, kill Janemba. Just massacre him on the spot. We can't have another problem like that arise if he just so happens to blow his load again. You know what I'm saying? So I like the idea, but killing him off by the end would be the best way to go. So when 17 wished for all the erased universes to come back, the universes that were destroyed before the Tournament of Power have been restored, and one/small sum of characters that the universe tried to take over the entire Omniverse and the parallel power of the Omni King, like a yin-yang kind of thing. Okay, so you're suggesting that 17's wish to bring everything back and everyone back opened up a scenario to where other, I guess you could say, characters from different dimensions or different universes step in, kind of like a yin and yang kind of thing, and they're the ones that have powers equal to the Omni King fight our characters. Okay, but then the question is, how do we get rid of him, you know? Do we just call the Omni King again? Like, that's kind of silly if you were to ask me, just to call the Omni King again to solve the problem, but hey. So now that Frieza knows about fusion and the fact that Broly needs to be tamed before he is of any further use, he is in the market for powerful warriors. Now this could go two ways. Either he can hunt down Cooler, who for some reason would have given up his father's empire for a more peaceful life, or he could have a chance of meeting with a Tuffle, who would commission Baby for him. Okay. Baby could be used to tame Broly or disrupt the Z fighters, leaving Earth wide open for a full-on invasion. Cooler could be dead long before the events of Z, and could be resurrected by Frieza. Maybe he was powerful, too powerful by Z standards, but had an unfortunate run with Beerus, so Frieza doesn't remember him for his childhood, and Cold learns that he shouldn't take chances with Beerus. I like the baby idea, right? For a Suforian or a Tuffle to be alive, and for that entity to somehow maybe possess Broly again. You know, imagine if we had a canon version of Baby, and he went to Vampa because of Frieza's order, and this entity possessed Broly and now had his body and abilities. That's terrifying. So yes, that would be a good idea, but introducing Cooler just for him to be dead would be kind of dumb, because what's the point, you know? An origin story would be great. Saiyan, Frost, Demons, Angels, Kais. I would personally love to see an origin of the Super Saiyan God / Yamoshi, since they already kind of hinted at it. Okay, I agree, but they should do that in the form of a small arc when the show comes back. I think that would be the best way to go, because there's just too much lore, right? And for that to be said, you want the origins of the Saiyans, the Frost Demons, the Angels. That's just too much. I think that it would be best to do that in the form of an arc, in my opinion. So I think the new movie is all about Yamoshi because they brought Broly back, so it makes sense to bring Yamoshi, Bardock, or Janemba back. I don't know how that all ties in. Just because they introduced Broly and Bardock as canon doesn't mean that Yamoshi or Janemba are going to be a thing. It's possible, but I doubt either one of them, to be honest. Off-topic question, is Pan the youngest to ever fly in the series? I think so. Actually, yeah, I think so, because she was only a few months old, right? For an infant to be flying like that's pretty impressive. Some type of Janemba remake would be good to see. I agree. Remake, not rehash. Jiren's past, where they explained the devil that killed his village at the end, an epic battle between Jiren and the devil. I think that's more. I think that's more or less. It should be kept for an arc, or a filler for an arc. Just for, you know, that story to be explained. That shouldn't be in the movie, in my opinion. I personally would like to see Peon come to Dragon Ball Super Picture, instead of Harunagon just being this creature of mass destruction. He would a demon that would actually be very, very similar to one that Jiren lost. Okay, so I'm guessing Peon, but adding the whole Jiren lore to that. I wouldn't want to see Peon, to be honest. I was never too fond of him. I think adding Jiren's backstory is a bit too much, in my opinion. That ought to be saved for, I think, an arc, like I just said, but that's just me. Maybe if they were to bring back Bardock, they did. and then have him, okay, so resurrect Bardock and have him meet Goku and the other Z fighters. That would be the perfect movie, very emotional. Okay, but that wouldn't make sense because you bring back Bardock for what? You know, like Bardock can't do anything when compared to Goku in power, so what's the point, you know? I think only then he would just be getting in the way. Frieza or Beerus origin. Again, subjective, depends on the overall narrative. Yamoshi, possibly Cumber as well. Hell yeah, I'm all for Cumber. Hell yeah. For Cumber, hell yeah. And the Saiyan's backstory more in depth. If they do the origin of the Super Saiyan God, then I think the best way to go is to keep Cumber. I think Cumber needs to stay. If that were to be the case, then by adding in Cumber would be their best bet of having a good story, especially with the way Heroes had portrayed it. So, Beerus' origin on how he became a god of destruction. I wouldn't disagree, but I would say save that for, you know, the show. Maybe introducing the villain that killed Jiren's family and comrades and him being Moro in disguise. That doesn't make any sense because the arc is still ongoing, so for Moro to be revealed to be that guy would be kind of dumb, because what business would Moro have in doing that? But again, I think to reveal you know, whoever killed Jiren's family, that should be in the form of an arc, or at least be brought back in the show. Goku and Piccolo meets the first Super Saiyan God and the Namekian who created the Super Dragon Balls in Otherworld. I would say introducing Zalama, right? Because Zalama created all of the Super Giant Dragon Balls, right? The Super Dragon Balls. So why not do that, right? The origin of Ultra Instinct. That's interesting. Sadala and Vegeta gets to shine. I agree. I think that Vegeta should go there, but I think in the show. They should make Jiren versus Goku 2. Yes. Think about it. Jiren and Goku gave all they got against each other, so it would make sense to see them fight again. But then again, my question to you is what would be the reason, right? What would be the reason they fight? Dragon Ball Super Movie 2 should be about the repercussions of 17's wish after the end of the anime and have it lead to the anime follow-up. I agree, that's a good concept for them to, you know, just loop right into the anime, but what would be the repercussion, right? What kind of enemy, what kind of scenario are we introducing here, you know? I would like a movie connecting Yamoshi to Broly. He's already connected to Goku as far as making him a Super Saiyan God through a contact with Beerus, but I would love it if he was also the Broly of his generation. Other than that, I'm pretty sure the next movie will be about Frieza trying to manipulate Broly into being the greatest weapon against Goku. I agree. I made a video on that. I think that Frieza is going to further try to manipulate Broly again, and it might work, but it all varies as to the overall direction and what they do, in my opinion. So this could be a hit, or this could be an absolute miss. A movie about Piccolo and Gohan both getting stronger. Save that for the show. Vegeta achieving Ultra Instinct? That would be good. That would be really good. But then again, what's the scenario, you know? I want to see Beerus babysitting Goten and Trunks and Bulla. He keeps Bulla, but passes Goten and Trunks off to Champa as an owed favor. Vados starts to train them, and then they reach God level. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I don't think that's possible, nor is that likely, nor why in the world would Vados even take these two under her wing, you know? And for them to reach God level like that, Vados explains it's possible because they were a part of the original ritual for Goku, then maybe Champa chooses to keep them as his underlings. Again, I really don't think Goku and Vegeta are going to risk their children having to go MIA in a different universe. So, great concept for, I think, the show, but for a movie, not at all. I don't think so. I want to see the current Saiyans reach their Saiyan powers, especially Goku and Vegeta, their God transformations. They couldn't just have God transformations that give huge power-ups because Super Saiyan God heals you. I believe they have a deeper meaning. I believe Super Saiyan God, we all know, is not the real one. That makes no sense because it was confirmed to be the real one. Because why would Beerus search for such a person? Well, it was poetic within his vision to come across a rival, and we know that rival is going to be Goku because that's how Battle of God started. So, you know, the true Super Saiyan God, we may not know who it is, but going forward, that narrative right now is stuck with Goku and Goku only. Even though Vegeta has the God form, right now I think it's safe to say that Goku's, you know, or Beerus' rival right now is going to be Goku. So, a moral movie instead of an arc. could play nicely, but I feel like most of the fandom want a brand new concept, so reusing Janemba in a whole new way might work out since the concept of him is already solid, and since there's more evil otherworld spirits, he would be strong if they went in the same route. I agree, but just don't do Janemba. Do a very similar concept to Janemba, but make it a brand new villain. That's just my take on it. But in the end, I would like to know what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. I am going to start another community tab asking the same question, as we are going to be doing a part 2 to this video, so I want to get your thoughts. What would you guys want to see in the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie? Would you guys like to see the return of Broly? Would you guys like to see the involvement of all of the other universes? Would you guys like to see a similar concept to Janemba? Maybe a Dragon Ball GT style concept to where they incorporate the Shadow Dragons? Whatever it might be, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. If, of course, you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, guys, and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload. Be sure to also give this video a big fat like by slapping that thumbs up button, guys. Tune back in for the next video, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace!
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up? On, put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes, but Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!